I'm an old guy now. I turned 66 in September now. And looking back, how do I describe how it was when I was redeemed? I went in the Air Force at 19 and I had the greatest job in the world. I was a radio TV broadcaster on the military stations overseas. I had 8 overseas tours doing that and had a ball. But I wasn't with Christ. I was just Randy Radio, having a good time, meeting people, making friends, and getting in all kinds of trouble. And that trouble came to a head in the mid-70s when I was in Athens, Greece, and my first marriage collapsed. I wasn't thinking and made a mistake one night. I bought some hashish from a fellow airman and had an all-night radio show a few hours later when the American military police came and arrested me for drug possession. Now in the military that's serious, but it would just have been a minor slap in the hand and a fine, and that would have gone away with the military. However, for some reason, the 5 of us arrested that night were given over to the Greeks. And I served a 2-year prison sentence in prisons in Athens, Greece, and in Crete. And I came out of those 2 years in prison, and I was still in the Air Force because Christians had stood in the gap praying for me, even though I was not a believer. I was not a Christian. But the Christians on base said, God's got a plan for you. He's got a future for you. And I was about to know that this journey was to begin. I flew to California. I met my wife, Gail. Members of this church know what a wonderful woman she is. We've been married 36 years. And on that road to redemption, 4 years into that marriage, I still had not come to Christ yet, even though I had a Christian wife. And when that marriage started to collapse, now my second marriage, I went to a former supervisor who was a pastor in a nearby state, and I asked him, I've got to be saved, I've got to get Christ in my marriage, and I did. And so many things have happened since then. That was 30 years ago, 31 years ago, I guess. And now I work in the Kairos prison ministry, and I see redemption go to hardened criminals, gang leaders who have accepted Christ, and it changes their life. It changes their outlook. It changes their hopes. Just last week, I ran into one of them in Hardee's who's free. He is free now. And the reason he's free was he prayed himself out of a prison. He prayed himself out of it. And yesterday at my reunion Saturday at Smith State Prison, they all rejoiced when I told them that I had run into Mac Butler, who is now free. But the rest of the story was he had a life sentence without parole. And last Tuesday, they came and got him and took him away, and nobody knew what happened. I testified he's free, and I saw him. And he had prayed himself out of a life sentence without parole to freedom. So when you say prayer doesn't work, that redemption isn't real, all these things, I've seen it happen in my life. I see it in these men's life in that prison. And I just want you to know to be active, be involved. Christian action is getting off the couch, getting involved with Manna House or The Well, or getting involved with Kairos Prison Ministries, or mentoring kids in school. Whatever you can do, just be an active Christian and grow in the Lord, and you will see redemption come into your life.